Hey, this is Rob Heppell from funeralgurus.com, and today I'm with Shun Newburn. Sean, welcome to Funeral Gurus.
Pleasure to meet you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Sean and I are down here at the ICCFA annual convention in Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. Both Sean and I were presenting, and unfortunately we're presenting at the same time, so we didn't get to see each other's presentations. But I wanted to get Sean on Funeral Gurus because he, and I'll let Sean give you the proper title, but he works at Rose Hills, which is one of the largest mortuaries and funeral homes in North America.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he runs the preparation room. So, Sean, maybe just explain your official capacity there,
Sure.
and then I'm going to get you to talk to the folks about what you're talking about in your presentation.
Sounds great. At Rose Hills Mortuary, I'm the quality control supervisor and embalmer, and part of what I do is pretty much facilitate and oversee the functions of the embalming of about 30-some embalmers. I'm not the manager. We have a manager, and we have, including myself, 4 other supervisors who help with the quality control in reference to removals, embalming, dressing, and casketing. 24-hour operation. We're constantly going all the time. We do in excess of about 5,400 cases a year. So it keeps us busy, you know. And so in the presentation, I talked about whether someone has a small mom-and-pop firm or a large firm, the importance of making sure that the preparation aspects of it is organized. And not just organized, but effective, making sure the seatings are properly identified before leaving the facility to the mortuary, making sure that the bodies are thoroughly embalmed, embalming ports are used, and those things help to protect the mortuary and decrease risk. You name it. There's so many risks out there that can happen, problems that can occur. And so our presentation in our session, we discuss those things. And it's a team effort, you know. I mean, even though I'm just one of the many supervisors at Rose Hills, in addition to the embalmers and the apprentices, it's a teamwork, and it takes a team to make it happen and make it effectively. And I also talked about the aspects of management being involved to make that happen and be productive.
For sure. So, what could you give just a couple tips, maybe, that would be best practices for looking after a preparation facility, no matter what your call volume is? What are a couple things that may apply to anyone?
Certainly. One of the first things that I just mentioned earlier is making sure that a policy is in writing, what we call a removal policy. What is that policy? How does a removal staff member, whether licensed or non-licensed, go into the facility and bring the seating into your place? It should be in writing, as well as the use of an embalming report for every procedure that is done. Embalming or non-embalming, ship in, ship outs, something documented indicating whether everything is excellent or whether there are complications or problems. It should be in writing to protect yourself and protect the firm, as well as making sure that the prep room is properly staffed and supplied with good quality chemicals, plastics, urinols, you name it. Those things are needed, and oftentimes it's overlooked. We talk about OSHA and the regulations with OSHA, but there's the basic stuff that really makes a mortuary effective is simply supplies, and making sure management is listening to the embalmer, listening to the apprentices, listening to all the aspects of those individuals that are preparing decedents for whatever the disposition may be.
For sure, because that. You know, the funeral home that I mainly worked at was a 1,000-call funeral.
All right.
800 to 1,000 calls, and it can get tough. You know, with all these clothes and jewelry, and if you don't have a system and policy in place, I would just hate to. You know, you times that by 5 and having 30 guys working. That'd be crazy.
It can be crazy. But you know, unfortunately, I know many of you couldn't make the presentation, but I'm willing to email or even mail out any information that someone may be interested in that presentation to make sure that your place is effective. You know, so contact me, and I'd be more than glad to get that out.
So, well, at what website can they contact you at?
They can reach me at www.shunnewbern.com or at my email address, which is my name, SHUNNEWBERN@AOL.com.
Okay, great. And if you leave a comment on the Funeral Gurus website, I'll make sure that Sean gets that as well. So, Sean, awesome to meet you.
Same here.
Thanks for sharing. You're a guru, and you're watching funeralgurus.com.
Here we go.
Here we go. Right.